Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, Reads Readers with your host, Clinton Reed. And today I want to bring to you my July TBR, which also has the 2 readathons I did this month, which doesn't include Booktubeathon. I figured because it involves 2 days in July, I'll just push that to my August, and you'll get a Booktubeathon wrap up for that, which I'm so excited. But I participated in 2 readathons this month. The first one being Topple, which was like the first 2 weeks of July. I don't remember the actual dates. But I finished 3 books during Topple, in which third book of that kind of put me in like a reading hangover kind of thing. And I had issues reading the rest of the month. But I did participate this week in the 7 and 7 readathon. Instead, I couldn't quite finish all 7 challenges, which I have over here. I have all the challenges right here, which we'll discuss, and we'll see where each of these books later fit. You'll understand this week was kind of, I reached and grabbed, reached and grabbed, reached and grabbed. This month, I have read some of my all-time favorite books for the year. Can't wait for that end of the year wrap up. Can you? Well, let's bring you just a little bit closer. You just seem so far away. So much better. Ooh, no. I want to show a little bit more book. Not quite blank wall. Sorry about the setup. Still getting used to it, guys. Ooh, and I kind of like this coloring right now. I've been looking good today. But okay. I just want to, how about let's just get into this talking about this books that I read. I'll give you a little bit of my thoughts. A few of these books, after Booktubeathon, I may actually sit down and I want to do a spoiler review and give you my whole thoughts. Seeing as I did kind of, for Topple, finish the 3 books that are out for a series, and if she doesn't put out a 4th, I'm going to be really pissed off because how that 3rd one left off. But let's get into this. The first 3 books that I read, we'll do one at a time. First book that I finished this month was Diviners by Libba Bray. All I really knew going into this series, floppy, sorry. All I knew was 1920s psychics help solve a serial murder case that happened to be a ghost. Can we sit here and talk about that for a moment? Before I give full thoughts on that, I followed that up with Layer of Dreams, which is the second one in the Divina series. Ooh. Followed by my all-time favorite. Ooh, if I can hold these. Before the Devil Breaks You. Now, everyone's been talking about this series. I've just been like, I may get to it, I may not. When I picked up Diviners, I flew through this fucker. And that's not that thin of a book. It's well over 500 pages. Here is the number. 578. Oh, girl. This book, though. Oh, if you want a series that'll pull at your heartstrings, and make you fall in love. Evie, Mabel. Oh, Theta is now one of my all-time favorite characters of all time. Henry is a new book crush. Just saying. Diviners, best way to start off. 5 out of 5 stars. 5 out of 5 fucking stars. And then we followed up with Layer of Dreams, which brought in some more. And yes, if you notice, not all 3 of my books match. I kind of went on more of the cheaper route. I plan on getting all these in hardback. That's how much I love them. If I love a series, I tend to replace them with hardbacks. But, so $5 a book wasn't too bad for me to check out a series. 8 for this one, but whatever. Brought in another one of my favorite characters, Ling. Oh my god, I couldn't sleep well after this. This brings in a sleeping sickness caused by ghosts. Let's just say a boy. Couldn't sleep. 5 out of 5 stars. 5 out of 5 stars. Just 5 out of 5 fucking stars. And then the devil, before the devil breaks you. No one told me that this title is very realistic, that you want to read it before the devil breaks your heart. This book destroyed me in the best possiblest way without getting into any spoilers. I'm just going to state right here, right now, I was screaming, I was crying, I was hyperventilating. Oh my god, the last bit of this book, oh my god, just oh my god, that would have been 10 out of 5 stars. Just, if you want a good series, historical fiction, if you like psychics, check this out. You have no idea. Just no idea. Just Tome Topple was a success. Even though I had 5 books set aside, but this was fun. Now these next books are all backwards. Next, I finished a middle grade graphic novel. Ooh, like that down. Called All Summer Long by Hope Larson. Ooh, that glare. Ooh. All Summer Long. I saw this at Walmart. It's about a 13-year-old in her summer. There's musicians. She plays the guitar. And this, for some reason, something about this art style. Let's see if I can't get to a non-spoiler. See if I can't. For some reason, this art style just pulled me in, and the writing is just so good. I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. Because it's a middle grade, I'm a little bit more particular, and I don't really typically go towards a contemporary, which my books this week or month say otherwise. But 4 out of 5 stars. Amazing. Check it out. It definitely brought me back to when I was 13 years old and best friends, and are y'all gonna continue on being best friends or not? Just good book. Which I think I put that one down for the 7 and 7 as a yellow on the cover because it's got yellow, but I could also do this one as do this for any of the challenges, really. Read something outside. Takes mostly place outside. That one takes place outside a lot. Ooh! No, girl. Okay, we got to do a little bit different. A little different setup here. Hold on, guys. I got some books falling on me. We ain't gonna play like that. But those were my Tome Topples. I'll move them for now while we're discussing the others. We'll just put those over there. That way they're out of the way so books don't go falling on my head. Bless me. Sorry, guys. Next, I will state I started this book right before 7 and 7. Didn't think I was actually going to participate in 7 and 7, seeing as it was the week before Booktubeathon, and reading 7 books in 7 days already a stretch for me. But reading 14 books in 14 days, almost near impossible. I read 6 out of the 8, whatever. I was only 67 pages into this. Now, one of my favorite books this year so far has been... Ooh, let me grab it. Was Carry On by Rainbow Rowell. Now, I've been wanting to read the book that this book came from, which was Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. Ooh, let's see if we can't get it with the... And this is such a beautiful copy. I literally bought this copy for the Simon Snow and Baz artwork that is in this book. Like, oh, I did not expect to love this book as much as I did. This was an easy 5-star read. This follows a set of twins, Kath and Catherine, very intelligent mother. This follows Kath as she goes to college, and she is known as one of the top fan fiction writers of her day and age, of writing this world's Harry Potter's fan fiction, which is actually this particular book. I used to write Harry Potter fan fiction. She put Draco and Harry together. I'm sorry, yes, I'm a huge Drary fan, don't get me wrong, but I was more of a Smeasley fan. I know that's a very rare and not a lot of people like it, but Ronald Weasley and Zacharias Smith. Zacharias, if you don't know who he is that asshole from Hufflepuff in Order of the Phoenix that questions Harry on why should we be learning from you. But yes, I went into this really, really blind, and I suggest that wholeheartedly. Oh my god. Levi. Oh, he's my dream man. I need a Levi in my life. If you haven't read anything by Rainbow Rowell, check out Fangirl and check out Carry On. Just, it will change your life. It will just 5 out of 5 out of 5 stars. Give it a 10 if I could. Next, I finished. This was another 5-star read for me. Like I said, really good week. I think I only had one disappointment this month. That was the last one I read, which kind of made it where... Don't ask. I read my first Neil Gaiman book. A friend of mine suggested this one and said that he cried at the end, which I thought he was just saying, hey, just read this book. The book in question is... Ooh, that glare. The ocean at the end of the lane. I literally went into this as blind can be. And I was so amazed by this book. I literally, when I closed it at the end, I took a step back and realized I was still crying. And I realized tears were shedding down my face for like 20 minutes afterwards. This book touched my heart and had me thinking so far outside the box. It's just, ugh. I had never read any Neil Gaiman. I've been told that I should check him out from time and time and again. He is now easily becoming an auto-buy author for me. I now have 1, 2, 3 other of his books to check out. Oh, good book. 5 stars. And next I had started this book right after Before the Devil Breaks You, so it kind of, because I was in a book hangover, it kind of took me almost all month to read this book, and I feel like it's only because of that book. Gave this one a 4-star only because it took me so long to get into it. But I decided, let's finish it this week. I still had about like 300 pages left to go. And this was my Charmed and Dangerous book club pick. I have a Facebook page called Charmed and Dangerous where we read nothing but witch books. And this was our first book pick, and we're reading the whole series, which I'm very excited because I want to continue on with these characters. And our first book was A Discovery of Witches by Deborah Harkness. This book follows Diana Bishop, who is a descendant of the Bishop line that came through Salem, who was sacrificed, like they hung her for being a witch. Well, this follows Diana and a vampire by the name of Matthew Claremont as they discover Diana's abilities, because Diana, yes, is a natural born witch with magical powers and stuff like that, but she denies it. She doesn't want to be a witch. She wants to live her life as a historian and just discover why they have to have magic, why things happen. This involves a world that has witches, vampires, and demons. It's a very interesting take on witches, vampires, and demons. It had me laughing, it had me crying, it had all the things that I love in a witch book. I literally only docked a star solely for the fact that it took me so long to get through it. But at the same time, it's also written in a very lyrical kind of... I know I haven't read a Jane Austen novel, but it kind of gave me that Jane Austen feel, but with magic. So, once I finish this trilogy, look out for that video where I go into more depth about what I truly thought about the whole series as a whole. If they write any more, am I going to carry on? But I will say, anything Deborah Harkness puts out, I think I would pick up if she decides to write another series. Absolutely loved this book. And next I picked up another witch book, which I want to say Julie at Pages and Pens was the one who read this book, but I know Chelsea at Chelsea Darling was the one who introduced me to this because she had found out about it, and it was she just was like, oh my god, I gotta have that book. And I was like, oh my god, what is this book? I had to look it up, and I pre-ordered it instantly. And this became a 5-star read for me too. And that is Somersaults by Katrina Lino. Oh, if I can get the glare off of it. There you go. Cover. Now, this book was pitched as practical magic meets female romance with a magical bird, 100-year-old bird that lands on this island. It's interesting. This book took some twists and turns that I did not see coming. Like, when you got towards the end and certain things were happening, I was like, does that mean this? Whether or not I suspected it or not, when it actually came down to it, I still was like, oh, she went there. I didn't think she'd go there, but damn, she went there. And I don't read a lot of contemporary, and this read as a contemporary with just hints of magic. Just because her twin sister floats. That's her ability. Her mother makes potions. Their ancestor is this magical bird that everyone comes to see every year for the past 100 years. It's just... And the love in this story was just so cute. Ugh. And I usually don't read female-to-female romance as a gay man. Girl on girl don't do it for me. So I normally just typically go for either man or woman, or I go man on man, because I normally don't like female on female as much. I haven't really found a lot of female on female romance books where I actually side with the romance being introduced to the story because it enveloped and made a whole nother layer to the story. But Prue and Georgie were just so adorable. If you want a really good contemporary, like, summer read that you can read in, like, a day, because it's, like, 256 pages, check it out. I now want to check out everything Katrina Alino has written. Like, she apparently has published 3 other books. Everything All at Once, The Lost and Found, and Half-Life of Molly Pierce. I kind of want to check those out after I get through some of my TBR books and stuff. But yes, 5-star read. Now, I hate to end this book on this month on a sour note, but I was sitting there like going, oh, I'm in the mood for a movie. I don't know what I'm in the mood for. And I was just looking around at my books, and I was like, hey, that book on that top shelf I've had for 5.5 years now, and I haven't read it. A friend bought it for me, knowing I love the movie to pieces, and I was like, I've never picked it up. I've never read the source material that it came from. How about we check this out? And I put in the movie afterwards, and I will forever love the movie over this story. To date, whatever. Sorry about your life. And that is the Brokeback Mountain story to screenplay. The story is by Annie Proulx, and the screenplay is by Larry McMurtry and Diana Ossana. Now, I knew the story in question was only 28 pages. If this was the short story by itself, it would be a 2-star read. 1, yes, I understand that's a short story, but it was way too sped up. Hey, this paragraph, they meet. Next paragraph, hey, they're on the mountain. Next paragraph, they're fucking. What? Just like, what? Everyone, okay, if you don't know what Brokeback Mountain is, look it up. Gay Cowboys, whatever. One of the first movies to give us that as a major screen adaptation for a film, starring Jake Gyllenhaal and Heath Ledger. God rest his soul. But because I read the screenplay, which I gave 5 stars, and the 2 little extra things, which each got like one got 4 and one got 3, I averaged it out to a 3-star read. It's still a very disappointing thing, because I love the movie so much. Which, after reading this, I attempted to... I was having a hard time, and I was trying to read my 7th book, which was Stephen King's Carrie. I'm 64 pages into Carrie, but I think I'm going to wait to read Carrie and pick it up after Booktubeathon, and that way I have more time to focus on it and enjoy it better, if that makes sense. But yes, those were all the books that I finished this month. We have my Tome Topple wrap up with the Divine series. And then you've got my... Ooh, thought I dropped something. You've got my 7 and 7 readathon wrap up, which I think total I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 5-star reads in 1 month, 2 4-stars, and 1 3-star. Girl, I think I had a good reading month. So, all I've got for you guys today. I'm gonna film this. I'm gonna wrap this up real quick because Booktubeathon has just started, and I would like to actually get to my first book, which I have the sleeve right here. My first book, because the coin toss chose, was Stags by M.A. Bennett. Now I'm gonna get to that. And remember, guys, Reading is what's fundamental. Until next time, guys. Bye.